Nelson Piquet once said that driving the Circuit de Monaco was like riding a bicycle around your living room, and it's not hard to see what he means by that. There's no more prestigious a Grand Prix victory than Monaco, but also none so challenging. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. And with me as usual is Anthony Davidson. Now let's talk about Sergio Perez. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
But on the bright side, at least those fresh components can help them maintain the power they need to come through the pack. I expect to see them take a more aggressive approach today to make up for the compromised start.
Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Alexander Albon, and Hamilton, Sainz, Norris, Ricciardo, and Esteban Ocon, Gasly, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Latifi, and AlphaTauri, Russell, Romain Grosjean, and Sergio Perez. Magnussen, they've taken a grid penalty, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. That's it then, it's time to go racing, as we head to trackside for today's race.
It's the 2020 Monaco Grand Prix as we go to 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Everybody gets away well. The home favorite, Charles Leclerc, got away pretty well indeed. But he will try to slot into second place as everyone gets through all right into Santa Pot as we already make up a couple places at the start. We are up to P12 and we've got 2 places in front of us that we need to get to P10 to score that 1 point that we desperately need in this championship battle. We scored 4th and 5th last time out at the Spanish Grand Prix, and as you see, our teammate Pierre Gasly and the Alfa Romeo are side by side going into the hairpin. So are the 2 Renaults, Esteban Ocon and Daniel Ricciardo. So they will be seeing who the teammate is a better driver. At the moment, they are both fighting for their seats at the moment, as they still go side by side, but our teammate Pierre Gasly just gets ahead of Kimi Raikkonen. It's Valtteri Bottas that leads, the championship leader, will be trying to extend his championship lead over Lewis Hamilton, and at the moment he is doing everything that he needs to do to win this championship as he is winning this race. And there is the Williams has already gotten past two cars at the start there. So everybody has been staying out of trouble. Nobody's been making contact. Everyone is getting away well. Nobody has any front wing damage at the moment, as far as we can see, as Carlos Sainz got past Lando Norris, his teammate, at the start. And Carlos desperately needs to beat his teammate for next year to see if he can seal his seat there at McLaren, as a couple people are really looking at that seat. And here's Lewis Hamilton, who has lost a place at the start to Max Verstappen. Verstappen is really doing well in this race. He's already made up 2 positions, I think, at the start, that was. Valtteri Bottas is quite a few points ahead of Lewis Hamilton, and he will definitely be more points ahead of Lewis Hamilton after this race if he can win it, and he may be pitting in the next couple of laps if everything goes all right, and it did not, as he's lost the rear end, and I think he's still in this race. Yes, he is still in this race, but he's got major front wing damage, and now Max Verstappen is all over the rear of him. As you see, he locks up again into the chicane because he lost his front wing out of one of the tighter sections after the Lowe's hairpin, and that'll really hamper Valtteri Bottas. So the championship leader is running into some problems, and the home favorite, Charles Leclerc, the Monegasque driver, is in the lead at the moment, and he's extending his lead because nobody can get past Valtteri Bottas until Bottas pits. So they will be really held up by Valtteri, as now Valtteri, the championship leader, is in dead last place as Mercedes will try to get that front wing change as quick as they can. Let's see exactly what happened to Valtteri Bottas. he would be trying to push quite hard because he's really feeling the pressure from Charles Leclerc. And as you see, he just lights up the rear tires and he just can't keep it out of the barrier. He can't counter steer in time. Here's Charles Leclerc, the person that is leading at the moment in this Monaco Grand Prix, as he sees Valtteri Bottas hit the barrier. So unfortunate for Bottas. And now Kimi Räikkönen is all over the rear of us, going through the swimming pool section. It's very quick through there, and he will be really knocking on our front door as he... Oh no, he's running to the back of us. He's running to the back of us, and now George Russell is on the inside of him. And oh no, they've made some contact as Kimi Räikkönen is trying to hit, but George Russell hampers him, and now Räikkönen has to do another lap with that front wing damage as George Russell wasn't allowing him to get into the pit lane because George Russell was on the inside. And oh no, for Kimi Räikkönen. Here's what happened to Räikkönen. Through the quick section, he's right behind us, and he just outbrakes himself and hits the rear of our tire. We're lucky not to get a puncture because me and Räikkönen have come together in the past and we've gotten a puncture. And there, as you see, Kimi Räikkönen couldn't get into the pit lane because George Russell was there. Let's see George Russell. So George Russell sees him run into the back of us, and George sees a gap and he tries to go for it. And as you see, Räikkönen turns in on him to try to get into the pit lane, but he can't. So he'll have to wait another lap. And George Russell also hit the inside wall, so he may have a puncture. And one lap earlier, Kimi Räikkönen hit the back of us, and now he's pitting, so he will be in dead last place behind Valtteri Bottas, who span it round and hit the barrier earlier on in this race. And Kimi Räikkönen is on fresh, soft tires as Alfa Romeo will have to change that front wing. Charles Leclerc, who goes through Rascasse right now, the penultimate corner. Now the final corner, if he can keep it clean, he will win his home Grand Prix. And yes, Charles Leclerc crosses the line to win the Monaco Grand Prix in 2020. What an amazing result for Charles Leclerc and Ferrari. As the home hero, Charles Leclerc wins his home race. And now back there, we go through Rascasse right now, and Antonio Giovinazzi is really putting on the pressure as we hit the barrier a little bit on the inside with our rear right tire, but we will hold on to take P11 in this Monaco Grand Prix. It's a wonderful result for us and the team as Pierre Gasly scores 1 point. And let's see what Charles Leclerc has to say for his home victory here at Monaco.
You've done it.
Now for our post-race interview.
You were cutting your way through the field during the race.
Yeah, it was good. We started P15, I think it was, and got up to P11. I think Pierre got P10, obviously, 1 place in front of me, and he scored 1 point. So I think we did a really good job. We took advantage of other people's mistakes and, made up 4 positions during the race at Monaco, so that's pretty tough to do. So I'd say that it was a pretty decent race for me and the team. So hopefully next weekend we can score points, because today we didn't. But you can't score points every weekend, especially in a midfield car. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next weekend.